Proficiency plus dex.
You know what? 24.
24. Okay, this is going to hit, and it's going to deal full damage. So roll 5d4. And double it, because speedrun.
Speedrun, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that after this fight.
Yeah.
One more.
12, 13, 14, 28.
28. So you chuck the beard of force. Fantastic. And hit it right between the eyes, and there's sort of a weird as this almost like a miniature bubble sort of opens up in the space of reality, and it sort of crushes the great crustacean's head clean in, and it just collapses to the ground. The two of you that are caught in its crabs are set free. And its claws, excuse me. And its miniature claws that are also tiny crabs.
And some bubbles in your bubbles in your bubbles.
There's some bubbles in there.
Yeah.
Bubbles in your bubbles.
Alright.
Alright.
I'd like to.
The water is still pouring in from the gash. Which grows
Do I
ever
notice
bigger.
this?
Give me a perception check.
Zuppel's rushing towards the chest, by the way.
You have disadvantage?
11.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh!
Not 11 yet, buddy. Oh, anyone?
Nope. 8.
It's hot in here.
Alright.
Alright.
You're not wearing that many clothes to begin with.
Rushing towards the treasure chest.
Okay.
And then we'll investigate for traps.
Sure.
That
Makes the whole bubble collapse at once.
Yes, 14.
You don't find any traps.
The Zuppel will try to unlock it.
It's not locked, as a matter of fact.
Okay. The Zuppel will try to open it.
Inside, you find massive stacks of gold. It's literally just filled with sacks of gems and gold of all sorts. But most particularly, there's a shiny trident sitting on top of it. Sort of short for a trident. It's fitting inside of a treasure chest, for one thing. It's got sort of a collapsed. It's almost just like a fork. Yeah.
Does this match the description of one of the artifacts we're looking for?
Give me an Arcana check.
We're looking for artifacts? I thought we just wandered into this place.
3.
There's no real telling. I mean, there's forks all over the world.
The Zuppel takes the fork and leaves the rest, and he wanders back over.
As soon as you pick it up, two things happen. First of all, as you lift it up, it sort of telescopes out up to the length that a trident ordinarily would have. You hear a bright, charming voice in your mind. Hello. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. I'm very pleased to meet your acquaintance. My name is Wave. I am a representative of God Poseidon. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. Tell me, have you heard of the God Poseidon? Oh, then let me tell you what, friend. You are in for a treat. All things are possible through Poseidon, I promise you. Why? Poseidon can work miracles in even the darkest of places. For example, I happen to notice that this terrible location where you found me is about to collapse and be filled with boiling hot water, scalding you and your friends to a crisp. As it happens, I can save you from this terrible fate. Yes, yes, if you are really all that interested in continuing on with your life, I can create a wall of force that will, excuse me, a bubble of force, cube of force, that will, that he actually, a cube of force that will shield you and your friends from this terrible fate. Oh, yes, yes. There's just a matter of Poseidon, friend. Poseidon, well, he's loyal to those that are loyal to him. Can I count on you to convert to the faith of Poseidon for now, for the rest of your days?
1 sec. I'm making a check to see if he understands the concept of religion.
Okay. The terror grows ever bigger.
You go to 13. I think he gets it.
I think you get the general idea.
Kind of looks around at the bubble that's cracking.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. Then I, Wave, representative of his most high, the most deep Poseidon, am happy to serve you. Now, in addition to the bubble a cube in the room surrounding you.
Surrounding only him.
Surrounding only him. Well, surrounding specifically him, yes. It seems to move with his location.
He's trying to encompass the gorilla in the cube. What happened?
They straight into it.
He's trying to encompass everyone.
Alright. Well, as soon as you waddle back to the rest of the group, the tear manages to rip open the entire bubble asunder, and the entire area where you're fighting fills with boiling hot water. The crab's body starts to float up to
Oh
the
man, that
top of
must
the
be
lake.
tasty.
Yeah.
Like boiled crab.
Whew, that was a close one. See? Through Poseidon, all are made safe, all are made whole.
We should probably get out of here.
He starts wandering away. The force key will let him into the hallway.
Yep.
Yeah,
You guys follow the force
yeah,
cube.
yeah.
Okay.
So you guys all follow him?
Okay.
Yeah.
The water
I
follow.
did not follow him.
Oh yeah, he's unconscious.
Yeah.
Is anyone gonna do anything about it?
No. Perception checks?
He is just lying on the ground. I think you would have seen that he's lying on the ground
Oh.
without having to
No, I
notice
saw
anything.
that.
Yeah, we all saw that.
You get perception checks.
I rolled a 2.
I'm okay with that.
The Zoopal tries a medicine check, I guess.
Yeah,
It
sure.
seems to involve trying to colonize him, perhaps.
Oh my. He seems to be in quite a state, doesn't he?
13.
You're able to stabilize him.
You have a lot of excess fungal matter on you, but you seem stabilized.
All over your face and hands.
So I've got athlete's foot now.
That's
Alright.
body. Same idea, yeah. Can you use the force cube to drag him along on its edge, like by moving, just force him to come with it?
Say again, I'm sorry.
If I use the force cube's edge, can I drag him along that way?
Shove me along.
No, the edge of the it doesn't work in the same manner as the wall that you saw before.
Okay, Gazoopal.
Don't do it. Please don't do it.
I'll pick up the gorilla,
Okay.
bring him along with us.
All right. So you move back down the hallway to the flanged doors that are have slammed shut behind you.
They
There's,
seem watertight.
give me maybe that's why they're set up in such a manner as that you've discovered them. It might have been set up in such a way to prevent the entire White Plume Mountain from flooding, boiling hot water. I assume you guys are going to make your way through the doors. All right.
Gazoopal's his way forward.
So as you close the doors behind you, you can see that the water seems to get progressively less and less through the doors, and the force cubes eventually.
Gazoopal.
Oh, I'll read his mind.
Ah,
You get a picture of the three weapons that we were sent to find. Like they're not. It's not necessarily an accurate picture. It's just a very general picture of the types of weapons. And one of them is
Who sent
the
us?
trident one seems to be glowing brightly
the Carnival
It's
Ring
just-
Master, obviously.
and looks just like the trident that Gazoopal seems to have sprouted from his cat.
It appears.
Oh,
that,
there's someone else in here. Hello. Hello.
It appears that we found one of these.
Can I interest you in some literature about Poseidon?
Can I see him or hear her?
Yes.
It's
Oh.
completely like a regular voice?
yeah.
Okay.
Listen, listen, friend. Now that you're a devotee of Poseidon, I hope that you'll, bring the rest of your friends into the flock, or the school, as it were.
Gazoopal.
Fish joke.
Gazoopal.
But unfortunately, only Gilzupal can hear him.
Gazoopal.
Or no, I guess you can hear him.
Gazoopal.
Okay, yeah, so it's only in his head. Okay. I thought it was
You
like,
can
now
hear
that
it.
we're in the, I thought that now
Yeah.
that we're in the cube, we could hear it.
Oh. Actually, it's a lot more entertaining if everyone can hear it. So let's just say that it's talking out loud.
Okay.
Everyone can hear it.
Gazoopal.
Well, now that Poseidon has given you your lives back, I hope that you will, in turn, give your lives to Poseidon.
Gazoopal. Gazoopal.
My
Shall we
conscious-
continue?
I
So,
don't think I'm conscious yet.
no, you're not
I'm
conscious.
just stabilized.
You're stabilized.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick moment to talk.
Okay.
Players, DM,
Right.
talk about how this is going.
Sure.
This is going pretty good. I think this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not going as super quick as we
Right.
necessarily intended it to. That's
Yes.
fine. That's why we did sort of a test run. I will say that White Plume Dungeon is an interesting interestingly arranged one, as you may be able to assess. There are 3 main wings, and you've completed one of those wings. I'm willing to bet that we won't complete the entire thing before we all get, pretty tired and about ready to wrap it up. So we could either continue on from here, or we can save our game and return to it at a time to be named later, perhaps with some sort of adjustments made that things pursue a more rapid course.
But I feel like we could spend some time talking about what we think could make it faster.
Absolutely,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
Run the next wing.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is that I'm having a great time. I think this is cool, but we're definitely not going to finish a dungeon start to finish in 4 hours using this playstyle.
And I would also say, as much fun as it is, I'm not even sure it actually is that much speed.
No, not necessarily. Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I think that obviously combat is going faster.
Yeah.
That I think we worked that one out just fine. I think that a lot of the other time sinks that are there of like, what should we do? Do I really notice that going on? Those things are still there, and that's fun. That's part of Dungeons and Dragons, but that is part of what makes a dungeon take as long as it does.
Yeah.
So some recommendations I have
Yes.
are, especially because we want to complete it actually during AGD.
That's more what I'm getting at. Is
So-
if it was just us, like, hey, if we wanted to take 3 weekends and just do
Every
this.
single room had a built-in timer,
Right.
like, hey, here's a wall that's coming down on you,
Right.
and oh god, flip over the sand timer. Like, we actually had a sand timer in every single room,
Mhm.
had like 5 minutes, and if we didn't do it, we lost. Like, that would definitely keep us moving.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you would also said during battle is going to be a hard 10-second limit, right?
Well, so here's the thing. If you lost at the end of a 5-minute timer, that would speed things up. That would slow things down greatly. Because as soon as you lost, you'd either end it, and that would be the end of it, or you'd all be re-rolling characters, which is going to take
Yeah.
That's
much
true.
longer than just having
But
played it out
that's the,
as though
that's
it
the
was
only
played.
way to guarantee.
But it would add
24
urgency to
hours.
Yeah.
pursue the objectives
I
that
mean,
much
the
more quickly.
character creation can be much faster. Like you said, we could just say, here's your character, boom.
Right.
Print out the character. Like, yes, we lose out on character creation, but people watching can't see that anyway. I mean, all they see, especially if the highlight is on the 5 people that are, there are 4 people that are still alive, and we've got some other dude that's just rolling dice.
Sure.
Like, that's not interesting for...
Right here, everybody!
Sure.
So...
I mean, finding out, he's a shark man. That's kind of cool.
that's cool. I mean,
Figuring out the numbers, that's not as cool.
Yeah.
But we can do like the announcement of, all right, everyone introduce yourselves. That kind of gets the
you
surprise.
that cool Sharkman moment when,
Sure.
when you get that random, and it's like, okay, you're a half shark dude.
Right.
Like, that's what's fun, not that,
Right.
I mean, one of the things that we could do, and it would take a lot more preparation out of it or whatever, you could presumably generate, like, I don't know, 30 random characters or whatever,
Right.
and we could just roll to see, number them or whatever, and just roll to see.
So they're
which character
completely
we get.
ready. It's
Yeah.
just I hand it to you and
Yeah.
it's good to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's-
we've
and
already
that was-
done that here, except for we have to make
Like the
choices.
names.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Choose
here,
all the
this is what
skills,
you
the
get.
stats, everything.
Yeah.
Do we feel like we might
I mean,
want to
just
move
like
that
you just hand
direction?
over a character sheet, like
Sure.
it's got
I
everything
think
on there. There's no.
Everyone, I don't know, I think everyone's fine with doing random, except for maybe, I know you like melee stuff. Would you be against...
You could still keep it random and do melee.
Yeah,
The first 10 characters are melee, the second 10
Yeah.
characters magic, and the...
I mean, really, we're just talking about doing what we've got right now, but removing any of the choice type stuff of like, oh, this is what build I'm going to have, this is what kind of weapons I'm going to have. Just build more of that into the table.
Because
And
I mean,
so maybe
literally it
giving
just
you
takes
more-
one dice
I
roll
think what you
and
could do
we're
is
good.
you-
You got a character.
Yeah.
Right.
You bundle the classes like he did, but you make those classes pretty much already pre-generated character sheets, and the races are the only thing that's like really random.
Right.
Because the race can just build on top of the class.
Sure.
You just
Right.
add the stats, and that's it. You're ready to go.
Sure.
I can see that too.
So you basically print out 20, 30 character sheets that are all classes.
Classes and their builds, yeah.
And then you just do the races around.
And then that way, if we do go with the hard limit, if everyone dies, it's, a minute or two
Right.
to get everyone up and ready.
Right. I like the idea of like the I don't know where the list went. The negative fruits or whatever. The
Oh,
Yeah,
flaws.
the flaws.
Flaws.
I, mean,
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't feel like people are gonna use.
I want to say that everybody should just have one flaw.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
makes
Just right off the bat, boom.
Okay.
And just randomize.
That'd be
flaws.
interesting for sure.
What if?
It feels like you
I
should
will
get
say,
something for the flaw.
I would
too.
use it if I rolled a ranger. Right? Even with the boost, rangers are just boring.
I get
to be
four-
probably-
I
But I
get
mean, he's
four
got
attacks.
a fantastic table, and you're talking about like a 1 in 12 chance of
True.
using that cool table.
Yeah,
And if there was already a ranger, you've actually got a free reroll anyway.
yeah.
Uh,
That's why I'm not letting you die.
I see how it is.
So meta.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing that I'm trying to figure out is that some encounters, like the Kelpie encounter, the mermaids that were charming you and trying to drown you.
Right.
Part of that relies on players not having full information in order to work. Like obviously, I could just try and charm every single person that walks in the room, and I tried to do that in fair measure. But if you walked into the room and I was like, all right, there's a pool and there's a pair of mermaids. And you're in a dungeon and there's not normally mermaids there, then you guys probably would have either just straight up attacked them or done whatever you could to avoid them in the first place, right?
Right.
So I'm kind of trying to figure out like how to, because a lot of the old adventures have encounters like that are interesting, but I don't want to get rid of them,
You always.
but I
keep them-
don't want to go through the like, well, did I see that happen? I don't know. And then one person is fighting for their lives, and the other 4 people are just like, well, I don't know what's going on, so I can't really do anything and not be meta about it.
Maybe use passive perception and investigation. It hasn't been something we've used much in the Dark Sun campaign, if at all.
Yeah.
I don't think we
Yeah, I
have.
don't think we have.
The problem is it takes the random element out
It
of
really
because
does.
Those will be like 15-ish
And
for everybody.
it's not a very I don't like that mechanic because it is so not player agency focused. It's
No.
literally meant as a substitute for player agency.
Yeah.
What were you about to say?
I was gonna say that room would have been especially cool if we had hard time limits because we were like,
That's true.
We got
Yeah.
10 seconds left. Sorry, you've got 3 guys in the water, but
Oh,
We're
that's
running
true.
out.
That's
Yeah.
true.
We're getting to like
Well,
Well, then maybe we can make certain like encounters like this have a longer time limit, but
Right.
like the
Yeah.
medium
Whatever
level,
it
kind of
is,
like
that's-
Sphinx and
That's
that
the thing
room.
too, is that I think not all rooms are gonna have the same time limit. Like that was.
Yeah.
an
Well,
epic
funnily
boss.
enough, the Sphinx one actually did have a time limit on it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
fourth
Oh yeah,
wall.
because the force wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the question remains, what's the penalty for failing the time limit? Because most of the
Yeah.
penalty. Well,
If it's a
right.
party wipe, then
Yeah.
you just start from the
Yeah.
beginning again.
Right.
Well, I guess.
Not the
I mean, as
beginning.
long as we
Right, yeah.
know, like, as long as we have either their digital display of how much time is left or a counter where we don't know exactly.
I could probably get like a
numerical time.
timer and like set it up
Yeah,
here or
just
something
like maybe
that.
just a bar, a ticking bar or something. I don't know.
I could code that up, no
Yeah.
problem.
I mean, I can do that
Yeah.
if you want to use that.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely it would not take any time at all.
Okay, then the one.
Oh, we can put it on the TV.
Yes.
Well, we could.
No, I'll do that for you if you want that.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Well, we're going to be starting with one magic item in the real one, right? We just didn't do it this time because we were.
All your weapons are actually.
Oh, yeah, right.
But yes, you're gonna have much more versatile magical items.
I guess
as
what I'm saying
10th level
is,
players would
Since
have.
you lose all your non-artifact goodies, like pretty much everything but way when you die, I guess that will give the time limit enough teeth where it will probably be interesting to avoid it because you'll lose all your stuff if you die due to the time limit.
Yeah, that's true. But you get new stuff.
Uh,
Yeah,
But,
maybe you
but
only
if you've
get-
collected
maybe
loot, then
Maybe you only get that magic item the first character reroll. Everyone else.
yeah, I don't know.
10th level characters. I mean that. You know.
What this?
I don't want new characters to be less fun.
Right.
True.
They're gonna suck against all the gold.
Well,
attacks.
plus
Plus, the magic weapon is basically just, or the magic item is basically just your weapon, right?
Well, it
yeah,
depends.
For this
Like-
time it was, yeah.
Yeah, like for a barbarian, for example, I couldn't really think of a whole lot that's better than a +2 weapon to get in the first
Plus
place.
two flaming
but
But a
weapons.
warlock might want a
Right.
ring or
Or
a
a
wand
wizard
or
a sorcerer,
something.
like a caster is not gonna
Yeah.
care about a +2 weapon.
Yeah.
Well, I assumed it was
Whatever.
+2 like spell elements for them, but
Right.
whatever.
I like the idea of a timer for the entire thing as a lore thing for the characters who want to go fast. I don't know about like per room though, because like I don't know, it might be hard to like balance like each room like
Well-
needs to be this time and like
This is a silly question, but this room has no exit. What happens when we go back to other rooms that we've already failed the time or the time that's expired on? Like you can just walk through that room like nothing happened.
I would have to think that the rooms would like reset Like,
guess.
So they can kill other people who wander in.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
New characters.
I mean, actually, a lot of these old rooms, these old adventures are designed that way, where it's like Double Deer, where
Right.
people just reset everything once it's done.
Mark Summers, no.
Mark Summers.
It's a new car! And then someone else gets like roller skates. Those weren't balanced at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People who are taking part of that show even drive.
I remember.
Family Double Deer,
Family,
yes.
oh, the family version, yeah. I can
Double
go with
Dare
that.
was like you'd get like a board game, and then like, oh, you got a new car, like you said. It's like,
I literally
What?
just said that.
yeah, I know, but I'm reiterating that.
Oh,
I
thank
remember
you.
that.
Yes.
That's what it was.
That's exactly right. And was there green slime on that show too?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think there was green slime on everything for a little.
Uh-huh.
For a little while.
Nickelodeon, yeah.
Yeah, gacked.
Yeah.
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 That's what it was, yeah.
I thought it was slime when you can't do that on television. I think it actually was called
It
slime.
was slime there, yeah.
Yeah.
They had what was the fountain that was out in front of Nickelodeon Studios?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, they had that with slime for a
Slime or
while.
the Gak or the whatever, the green stuff.
Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the Universal Studios.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
So this is cool. I think it still needs some work before it's AGDE ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
More QA.
I like the idea of skipping unconsciousness and just dying. at
Yeah,
zero.
I think that's a really good point.
Because,
Yeah,
well,
that would be-
especially if we get like a really fast way to roll a character, then we just
Yeah.
like, boom.
Well, so in that situation, I knew that you were like literally 3 doors away from a boss fight. In that situation, do we just say, all right, well, you're dead, and then you sit out the boss
Yep.
fight?
Well,
And that's
why
the
not?
time.
That,
you-
that
you mean-
depends.
oh,
We
well,
never
respawn,
really
yeah.
said what the respawn.
No, you
was.
respawn. No, you respawn at
I thought we said-
bonfires.
Bonfires, but we also said like there's a
Oh.
round limit to a current fight. But that was like 5 rounds or something.
I
What?
think I do remember what he's talking about. It was like a 5-round limit on not being in the action or something like that.
Oh, that was.
And even then, when we
Sure.
said respawns, we didn't say always bonfire. We said sometimes they could be in the next room,
Yeah.
Sure.
or they might be.
So
in,
yes, I guess someone could have been trapped in the crab room or something like that, and you could have encountered his new character there. So maybe we need to do more of that, I guess. So just treat characters that much more disposably.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, double
in the-
damage didn't kill anyone in 3 tries for us.
yeah.
In fact, the only time we actually got someone else killed was
a stun by
damage.
drowning.
Sure.
Yeah.
I had some really bad damage rolls, especially in the mermaid room.
Well, yeah, I wondered how. I was like, wow, our Dark Sun characters could take these two.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were supposed to be much more situational.
And can we remove Ranger from
If you think it's bad now,
Yeah.
Trust modified it
Yeah.
significantly based
Yeah.
on even what I just saw
Yeah.
you doing with it.
I've also I omitted the build, the have a pet build.
The
Like,
pet that only can attack when you spend an action for it to
yeah,
attack.
you basically have to make the
What?
choice to play as your dog instead of playing as the ranger.
You're
I mean that. You don't-
How could they fuck up
If you
Ranger
could-
so bad?
You don't get cool like nature stuff. You just get medium or smaller type
Well,
pets.
so it's like I said earlier. The only thing you need Ranger to be able to do is multi-attack with a bow, and they
Or have a
somehow
cool pet.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Or a cool pet.
Or have a cool
Wow.
pet. I think I had a dire badger in 3.5. No, I was a druid and I turned into a dire badger. And that was a shitty.
Oh, you
healer.
were a druid in 3.5?
I was. I was.
Sorry,
It,
I'm sorry.
it was a Eberron campaign, and I was super racist against Warforged
Yeah,
because they are not truly alive.
and I'll bet you also had a great time as a druid.
Yes.
And then silence followed.
Anyway, it's 9:30 now. I'm gonna say, why don't we call it here because we just finished one wing.
Yeah.
Figure out some adjustments and then reconvene and finish it off.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's good.
Cool. Good game, guys.
Again,
GG.
right.
Hopefully Twitch will get its act together sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Not the audience. But
That was lousy.
Come on, guys.
You know better than that.
So what did the feed on brain stuff do?
Well, he's still alive, so you can still
are
find
we
that
gonna
out.
continue with the same
Yeah, we're gonna.
characters?
I mean, you guys have retrieved Wave, one of the 3
Well,
legendary artifacts.
Are we gonna use this in
Okay.
our Tuesday
Well-
sessions, or are we gonna have another Saturday, or what was the thought there?
Thinking another Saturday.
I was thinking another Saturday. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works for
Well,
me.
I have another question.
Yes.
What is going on with AGDE? Is it just us playing this at AGDE, or is it going to be other people in multiple groups doing
No, it's
this?
just us.
All eyes are on us.
Naturally.
It's our one game.
We're the pros.
Well, I wasn't sure what was
gonna
going on.
ask you.
I know
running
AGDE,
Shadow Complex. right after
AGDE is
this
like an
game.
event for other people.
Oh, I think so. You mean are other people playing video games at the same time as us?
No, I mean other people are going to be playing this as well.
It
No,
really
no
was
one else
just
plays
with,
Dungeons and Dragons. This is a
I haven't
good
been
game.
This is our event.
Yeah, and that's great.
Other
I
people
just
are-
like I would
Good game,
love to
everyone.
be able
Thanks
to
for
have fun at this.
hanging out as we figure out how this is going to
not
work.
have to worry about
Yeah,
what's
and
happening.
It'll be
then
even
like,
better
I don't
next
know,
time.
doing one 4-hour session and then immediately doing another one. It might be kind of.
Wasn't Shadow Complex like 5 minutes?
No, it's like a.
There's
My
too many
best
hands.
I've got so far is
Hello.
one game, 8 minutes and
Hello.
42 seconds,
Come here.
which is at the real time, probably closer to
Monkey
12.
man.
What a
That's
ham.
why I gave you an estimate.
Alright.
Hey, man.
Right